What if your dream is the real reason you're alive, and you're slowly letting it die in silence? Welcome, my friend. Today, I want you to forget the noise around you. Forget the pressure, the expectations, and the reasons you think you're stuck. This video is not just about English. It's about your life, your dream, and your second chance. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself a simple question. Am I living with purpose, or am I just existing? Am I building a life I believe in, or just surviving day by day? Deep down, you already know the answer, but maybe you're afraid to say it. Every person carries a dream inside. Maybe it's small, maybe it's big, but it's there. Some dream of singing, some of building a business, some just want peace and confidence. But most people never live that dream. They hide it under fear and routine. Think back to when you were younger. Remember how you used to imagine your future? You weren't afraid to dream big. You believed anything was possible. You had hope, fire, energy. But then the world started whispering, "Be realistic." People laughed. You failed once. You heard no too many times. And slowly, you stopped trying. You stopped believing. You started living on autopilot. Wake up, go to work, scroll your phone, sleep. Repeat. And the dream? It just waited in silence. But here's a truth you forgot. Dreams don't die on their own. We kill them, with doubt, with fear, with delay. Every time you say later, the dream fades a little more. Until one day, you're not chasing anything. You're just running from regret. I don't say this to hurt you. I say it to wake you up. Because you still have time. If you're breathing, it's not too late. Your dream is still alive. It's waiting for you. And the world? It needs your gift, your voice, your light. No one else can bring it. Don't let fear fool you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. One small step, one brave move, one moment of truth where you say, "Enough. I will not die with my dream inside me." Your dream isn't a fantasy. It's a direction, a signpost to who you really are. It's not selfish to follow it. It's the most honest thing you can do. When you live your dream, you give others permission to live theirs too. That's how change begins. So today, I ask you, will you keep hiding? Or will you begin again? Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. This moment. This is your sign. Not a quote on a wall. Not a motivational video. A real decision. A real start. A real commitment to your soul. In the next parts of this journey, we'll go deeper. We'll learn how to protect your dream, grow it, and fight for it when the world tries to take it away. But first, promise yourself this. You will not let your dream die in silence. Not anymore. You have one life. One story. One chance. Don't waste it being afraid. Don't bury your gift. Bring it to the world. Let them laugh. Let them doubt. But you keep going. Because one day, that dream will become someone else's hope. Every dream dies the same way. Not with a loud crash, but with a quiet delay. Not with a big no, but with a soft maybe later. You don't notice it at first. One missed day, one small excuse, one quiet moment of giving up without saying it. You tell yourself, "I'll start when I have time. I'll try when I feel ready. I'll chase my dream after things calm down." But things never calm down. Time never makes space. Life keeps happening, and your dream keeps waiting in the corner. Let me tell you something hard. Later is a lie. It sounds kind. It feels soft, but it's a thief. It steals your fire, your courage, your years. Because what you say you'll do later, you probably won't. Later becomes never, again and again. Think about how many dreams died last year. How many ideas you had but didn't act on. How many plans you wrote down but never started. Not because you weren't good enough, but because you waited for the perfect moment that never came. The perfect moment doesn't exist. There is no perfect day, no perfect feeling, no perfect plan. Only this moment, this breath, this chance to begin, messy, scared, and unsure. But beginning anyway. That's how all great things are born. Most people don't fail because they tried and lost. They fail because they never started. They waited. They hesitated. They made excuses sound like reasons. And then years passed. And all that's left is a memory of what could have been. I'm not judging you. I'm telling you this because I lived it. I said later to my own dream for years. And it almost killed me inside. Until one day, I realized that my dream was not waiting forever. That my life was not infinite. You see, time is not your servant. It doesn't wait for you. It moves forward, with or without your permission. And if you don't move with it, you get left behind. Not in age, but in soul. You start to feel tired, lost, disconnected from life. That's why this message is urgent. Because you're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just stuck in the loop of someday. But your dream deserves better. It deserves now. It deserves action. It deserves a version of you that says yes and shows up. So here's what I want you to do today. Pick one dream. Just one. Write it down. Then write one step you can take today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Even if it's small. Even if it feels silly. That step breaks the lie of later. Your dream doesn't need a miracle. It just needs momentum. One move. One call. One class. One video. That's how it begins. That's how later dies and now is born. And once you start, something magical happens. You remember who you are. Because you are not here to wait. You are here to create, to lead, to speak, to live. So don't let another day pass in silence. Do one thing today that brings your dream closer. Even if no one sees it. Even if no one believes yet, you go. Your dream is waiting on the other side of discomfort. But most people never get there. Not because they don't have talent, but because they never leave their comfort zone. They choose easy, familiar, and safe over real, deep, and alive. Comfort feels nice, doesn't it? Same routine, same habits, same thoughts. No risk, no pain, no fear. But here's the truth no one tells you. There's no growth in comfort. Nothing great has ever come from a place where everything feels easy. Comfort is not your friend. It's your cage. It looks soft, but it slowly kills your dream. Every time you avoid the hard thing, the scary thing, the new thing, you make your dream smaller. You shrink your future to fit your fears. Let me be clear. Your comfort zone is not a location. It's a pattern. It's waking up and checking your phone instead of your goals. It's choosing silence over speaking. It's planning forever, but never starting. It's safe, but it's deadly. Your dream doesn't live in that safe space. It lives in the space where your hands shake, your heart races, and your mind screams, "What if I fail?" That's the space where real life begins, where your power gets activated, where you grow. Think of a butterfly. Before it flies, it must struggle in the cocoon. No struggle, no wings. And you? You want to fly, but you don't want the pressure. You want success, but not the discomfort. You want change, but not the stretch. But life doesn't work like that. If you want to grow, you have to step out. Out of fear, out of comfort, out of hiding. The pain of growth is temporary. The pain of regret lasts forever. Which one do you want to live with? Let's be honest. What are you really afraid of? That you'll look stupid? That someone will laugh? That you'll fail? Everyone who ever did something great felt that fear too. They just didn't let it stop them. And neither should you. In fact, fear is your sign. It means you're close to something important. Something real. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. So instead of running from fear, run toward it. Use it. Let it wake you up, not hold you back. Start small. Do one uncomfortable thing every day. Speak English even if you make mistakes. Share your idea even if it's not perfect. Apply for that job. Join that class. Post that video. Let people think what they want, and do it anyway. Because the more you step out, the more you grow. And slowly, the comfort zone that once felt safe will feel boring. And the dream that once felt impossible will feel like your new home. That's how change happens, one bold step at a time. Your dream will not meet you in your comfort zone. It's waiting in the unknown. The question is, are you willing to walk into it? Not because it's easy, but because you're done living small. Done hiding. Done waiting. It's time to grow. Let's be honest. One of the biggest reasons we don't chase our dreams is this. We're afraid of what people will say. Afraid they'll laugh. Afraid they'll doubt us. Afraid we'll be judged for trying, for failing, for dreaming too big. You think, what if I post that video and no one likes it? What if I speak English and they laugh at my mistakes? What if I try and everyone sees me fall? These thoughts are real. But you know what? They're not facts. They're fear. And fear of judgment is the prison that keeps most dreams locked away forever. Not because you aren't capable, but because you let someone else's opinion matter more than your own. You gave their voice power over your destiny. But ask yourself, who are these people you're afraid of? Some stranger online? A friend who doesn't even chase their own goals? A family member who gave up long ago? Why are you giving them the keys to your life? The truth is, people will always talk. Whether you succeed or fail, whether you speak or stay silent, someone will have an opinion. So if they're going to talk anyway, you might as well give them something worth talking about. Most people who laugh at others are just afraid to try themselves. They hide their own pain by mocking your courage. But here's the twist. Deep down, they respect you. Because you dare to do what they only dream about. Think about it. Do you admire the people who never try? Or the ones who show up, mess up, and keep going? Courage is magnetic. It inspires. And when you take that first step, you won't just awaken your dream. You'll awaken others too. The world doesn't need more perfect people. It needs real ones. Brave ones. People who are willing to stand up and say, "This is who I am. This is what I love. And I'm going to try, even if I look stupid." That's what power looks like. You don't need to be loud. You just need to be real, honest, unapologetic about your dream. Because the moment you stop waiting for permission, you become unstoppable. You stop shrinking. You start expanding. You start living. So next time fear of judgment comes, remember this. No one's opinion can pay your bills, build your dream, or live your life. They don't know your pain. They don't know your story. Only you do. So stop asking for approval to be yourself. And if they laugh, let them. If they doubt you, let them. Use it. Let their disbelief be the fire that pushes you further. Because one day, the same people who laughed will say, "I always believed in you." And you'll just smile and keep moving. Your dream is too important to be silenced by small minds. Too powerful to die because of fear. So speak. Start. Create. Fail proudly. And remember, the only voice that truly matters is the one inside you saying, "Keep going." One of the biggest lies your mind tells you is this: I'm not good enough. Not smart enough. Not talented enough. Not experienced enough. That lie kills more dreams than failure ever could. Because it stops you before you even begin. You look at others and think, they have something I don't. You see their success, their confidence, their skills. But you don't see the years behind it. The fear, the failures, the slow progress. You compare your beginning to their middle. The truth is, nobody starts great. Every expert was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once felt afraid. Every successful person once asked, "Can I really do this?" What made them different? They didn't stop. They kept showing up. Being good enough is not a gift. It's a decision. You decide that you're enough right now. Not perfect, not finished, but enough to start. Enough to try. Enough to take the next small step and grow as you go. That's how success is built. Think about learning English. You don't wait until you're fluent to start speaking. You speak to become fluent. You make mistakes. You get confused. You feel embarrassed. And through that, you grow. The same rule applies to every dream. Waiting until you're ready is just fear in disguise. You won't feel ready. You'll feel messy, scared, uncertain. But that's exactly when you need to act. Confidence doesn't come before action. It's a reward for taking action. Let me remind you of something powerful. You are the only person in the world with your voice, your story, your dream. No one else can do what you're here to do. If you stay silent, the world misses something it will never get again. And you? You miss the life you were meant to live. A life of purpose, of impact, of creation. A life where you wake up excited, not just existing. A life that feels like yours, because it is. Not someone else's dream. Yours. So stop waiting for perfection. It doesn't exist. Start with what you have. Start scared. Start broken. Start small. Just don't wait. Because your dream will not grow without action. And action will not happen until you believe you're enough. From now on, speak this to yourself. I am enough to begin. I am not perfect, but I'm powerful. I am learning, growing, evolving. That belief will carry you through hard days, through doubts, through fear, through failure, through everything. Because you are not here to impress the world. You're here to express your gift. That's all your dream needs. Your expression, your voice, your fire, not your perfection. So show up today, not as someone perfect, but as someone real. And every time that voice comes back, the one that says you're not good enough, you look it in the eye and say, maybe not yet, but I will be, because I'm not stopping. Not now, not ever. That's how you become unstoppable. Let's get one thing clear. Your dream doesn't need perfect plans. It needs messy, uncomfortable, honest action. Most people stay stuck not because they don't care, but because they're waiting for everything to be just right before they begin. You tell yourself, I'll start when I know more, or I need better equipment, or I need to feel more confident. So you keep reading, watching, planning, but you're not moving. You're preparing forever and never arriving. Preparation is important, but only to a point. After that, it becomes procrastination, fear hiding behind research, doubt wearing the mask of perfectionism. You don't need another book. You need to act on what you already know. Look around. The people who succeed are not always the smartest. They're the ones who take action, make mistakes, adjust, and keep going. They build momentum while others wait for perfect timing that never comes. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Your first video will be awkward. Your first project will be messy. Your first speech, your first post, your first idea, it won't be perfect. And that's okay. That's how growth begins. No one remembers the person who planned perfectly. We remember the one who showed up, who dared, who risked looking silly but kept creating anyway. Action creates clarity. You figure it out as you move, not before. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall again and again. But do they stop? No. They learn through doing. That's how you learned everything. By trying, failing, and trying again. Why would chasing your dream be any different? And here's something magical. The moment you start taking action, your fear gets smaller. Not because it disappears, but because you get stronger. You start to see that you don't need to be perfect, just present, just willing. So today, pick one small action. Not a dream, not a wish. A real step. Write one sentence. Record one video. Join one group. Say one thing out loud. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. Let it be messy, but let it be done. Because once you start, momentum builds. You start to trust yourself. You begin to believe, maybe I can really do this. And with each step, your dream gets closer. Not because you waited for the perfect day, but because you created it. From now on, don't ask, is this perfect? Ask, is this progress? That question will move your life forward faster than anything else. Because done is always better than perfect. And movement beats magic every single time. Your dream is waiting for you. Not to be perfect, but to begin. So close your notebook. Open your heart. Step into the unknown. Take messy action. That's how you build something real. That's how you wake your dream up. Let's stop blaming the world for a moment. Not your boss. Not your family. Not the government. The real battle? It's not outside you. It's inside. It's you versus you. Your stronger self against your weaker self, every single day. There's a part of you that wants to rise. That feels the dream, hears the calling, imagines the future. And then there's the part that says, let's stay in bed. Let's scroll a little more. Let's quit. It's too hard. You know this voice well. This voice sounds kind, but it's a trap. It says, take it easy, when you need discipline. It says, you can't, when you haven't even tried. It says, you're not ready, when the truth is, you're just scared. But fear doesn't get the final word. You must understand, there are two versions of you. One that wants change, growth, purpose, and one that wants safety, comfort, and zero risk. Only one can win. And the winner is not the one with more talent, but the one you feed more often. Every small decision feeds one version. Wake up early. You feed the strong one. Skip your dream again. You feed the weak one. Every time you act with discipline, you shift your identity. You prove to yourself who's really in charge. That's why habits matter. Not because they're fancy, but because they're proof. Every time you do what's hard, you send a message to your mind. I'm serious. Your mind learns to follow your lead. Confidence comes from self-respect. You don't get confidence from compliments. You get it from consistency, from keeping promises to yourself, from saying, I said I'd show up, so I did. That feeling? That's power. That's how self-trust is built, brick by brick. And here's the secret. Winning doesn't always feel good in the moment. It feels like sweat, like discomfort, like, I don't want to. But after, it feels like peace, like strength, like pride. That's the reward. That's the real motivation. So tomorrow when your alarm rings, remember, it's not about the alarm. It's about the war inside. Who will win today? Will you feed the dreamer or the doubter? The leader or the excuse maker? The builder or the breaker? You're not lazy. You're just letting the wrong voice lead. But that ends now. From this day forward, every choice becomes a vote for the person you want to become. And with enough votes, that version of you becomes real, unshakable. So write this down. I am not my past. I am my pattern. I am what I do every day. And then start shaping your days. Because when you win against yourself, the world outside has no chance. Nothing can stop a person who masters their mind. Your dream needs that version of you, the fighter, the doer, the one who feels fear but shows up anyway. You versus you. That's the only fight that matters. Win that, and your dream becomes not a wish, but a certainty. Let's talk about willpower, the quiet superpower most people ignore. Everyone wants motivation, but motivation is a mood. It comes and goes. Willpower is different. It's a muscle. And just like any muscle, it can grow stronger. Motivation wakes you up. Willpower keeps you going when motivation is gone. It's what helps you act even when you don't feel like it. It's the voice that says, do it anyway. That voice. That's your edge. That's your advantage. Most people only act when they feel inspired. But the ones who succeed act no matter what. Rain or shine. Happy or sad. They don't wait for a mood. They build a rhythm, a structure, a discipline that turns into their new identity. Think of willpower like training at the gym. At first, it's hard. You get tired fast. You want to quit. But if you keep showing up, it becomes easier. The same happens with your habits. What feels heavy now will one day feel normal. Want to start waking up earlier? Don't wait for the perfect sleep schedule. Just start. One day at a time. Want to study English every day? Start with 10 minutes. Build that habit. Train your brain to do hard things, even when it resists. Because your brain loves comfort. It loves shortcuts. It says, skip today. Do it tomorrow. But every time you say no to those voices, you build mental strength. You prove to yourself that you are not your feelings. You are your focus. And here's the magic. Willpower in one area helps every area. If you can control your phone habits, you'll feel more focused at work. If you can push through a workout, you'll speak with more confidence. Discipline multiplies. Let's say you want to stop scrolling at night. It's hard at first. You fail. You give in. But if you keep trying, putting your phone in another room, setting a timer, going to bed with a book, you will start to win. Slowly, but surely. That win builds belief. Belief builds identity. And identity shapes your destiny. You stop saying, I'm lazy, and start saying, I'm disciplined. You stop hoping, and you start doing. And suddenly, your dream feels possible again. Remember this, you don't have to do everything perfectly. You just have to do one hard thing every day. One moment where you choose strength over comfort. That's how willpower is built. Not with big speeches, but with small wins. So today, choose one thing. Just one. Do it, even if your mood says no. Even if it's cold. Even if you're tired. Especially if you're tired. Because that's when it matters most. That's when the muscle grows. That's when you become powerful. You don't need to be born strong. You just need to build strength. Daily, quietly, consistently. And one day, you'll look back and realize, you don't just have willpower. You are willpower. And that's the energy that builds dreams. Let's talk about something toxic, comparison. One of the fastest ways to kill your dream is to constantly look at someone else's. You scroll through their success, their beauty, their progress, and suddenly, your life feels small. You think, why not me? Why am I so far behind? What's wrong with me? But the truth is, you're not behind. You're just distracted. You're watching someone's highlight reel and comparing it to your real life, with all its mess and magic. What you don't see are their doubts, their tears, their fears. You don't see the nights they wanted to quit, the years it took them to build what you now admire. You just see the result, not the process. And it makes you forget your path. Comparison makes you forget your power. It steals your focus. It makes you feel like you need to catch up, when really, you just need to stay consistent. The race isn't against them. It's you versus who you were yesterday. No flower rushes to bloom faster than the others. It grows at its own speed. So should you. Some people peak at 20, others at 50. Success has no fixed schedule. Life is not a competition. It's a creation. And your dream is unique to you. Every time you look left and right, you lose sight of your lane. And when you lose your lane, you lose your pace. You start copying others, doubting yourself. And the more you copy, the more lost you feel. Until your dream doesn't feel like yours anymore. The solution? Come back to your mission. Ask yourself, what do I want? Not what looks good online. Not what gets the most likes. What makes you feel alive? What do you want to build, share, create? Let that be your North Star. Unfollow people who make you feel less. Follow those who inspire action. But don't worship them. Learn from them. Use their journey as fuel, not as a mirror. Your worth isn't tied to their timeline. Your value is not measured in followers. And here's something powerful. The more you focus on your own lane, the more peace you feel. You stop rushing. You stop doubting. You wake up with purpose, not panic. You go to sleep proud, not insecure. That's the magic of staying in your lane. Start tracking your own progress. Not likes, not views, but growth. Did you show up today? Did you try? Did you do one small thing for your dream? Then you're winning. Quiet wins matter more than loud applause. Remember that. Because you are not here to compete. You're here to contribute. Your dream is not supposed to look like theirs. It's supposed to look like yours. Messy, real, slow, beautiful. One step at a time. One choice at a time. One dream, fully lived. So next time comparison knocks, say this: their win is not my loss. I celebrate them, but I don't copy them. I follow my fire. And then, get back to work. Because no one else can walk your path. Only you can build your dream. Look around you. Who do you spend the most time with? Because your environment, your circle, silently shapes your destiny. You might not feel it day to day, but over time, their energy becomes yours. Their habits become your normal. If you surround yourself with doubters, you'll start doubting yourself. If you sit with people who laugh at dreams, you'll stay quiet about yours. But if you're around builders, dreamers, doers, you grow without even realizing it. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's not just a quote, it's a truth. If you want to grow, you can't sit in rooms where everyone complains, gossips, or makes fun of ambition. That energy will pull you down. Some people don't need to say stop chasing your dream. Their attitude says it for them. Their silence says it. Their sarcasm. Their disbelief. And the longer you stay around that, the harder it becomes to believe in yourself. It's not about cutting everyone out. It's about becoming intentional. Protect your space like your future depends on it, because it does. Energy is contagious. So ask yourself, is this person feeding my fire or killing it? You don't need hundreds of people clapping for you. You just need a few who believe, who challenge you, who speak truth, not sugar, who remind you of your vision when you forget. Find those people. And if you can't, be that person for yourself. Sometimes your biggest growth comes when you spend less time talking and more time building. Less time explaining your dream and more time working on it in silence. Let your results speak louder than their opinions ever could. If someone truly loves you, they won't laugh at your dream. They'll ask how they can help. They'll check in. They'll support the smallest step. If they can't do that, it's okay. Just don't expect dream-level support from small-minded energy. And here's the truth. The more you grow, the more your circle will change. That's not disloyal. That's natural. Some people are chapters. Others are lifelines. Learn the difference. Not everyone can walk with you where you're going. But you're not alone. There are others like you. Hungry, passionate, brave. You just haven't met them yet. So speak your dream. Share your work. Create. That's how they find you. Not when you hide, but when you shine. Your dream deserves a team. Even if it starts with just one person you. So protect your energy. Raise your standards. Be around those who lift you, not limit you. Because with the right people, your dream grows faster than you ever imagined. And always remember this. The right room makes you believe more in yourself. The wrong room makes you question your worth. Choose wisely. Your dream is too big to be watered by people who don't believe in rain. Your dream needs energy, focus, strength. But how can you give it that if your body is always tired, sick, or running on fumes? You can't pour into your vision if you're running on empty. Your health is not separate from your dream. It fuels it. We think, I'll take care of myself later when I have time. But later never comes. You push your body to the side while chasing success, and then one day, your body forces you to stop. It's not punishment, it's warning. Imagine your body as the only car you get for life. No replacements. If you never change the oil, never clean it, never repair it, it will break down right when you need it most. That's how most people treat their health. Your energy is your real currency. Without it, even your dream feels heavy. You lose focus. You lose drive. You start doubting yourself, not because you can't, but because you're exhausted. Rest and strength aren't luxuries. They're tools. Taking care of your health isn't about vanity. It's about being strong enough to fight for your dream when it gets hard. It's about thinking clearly, speaking with confidence, and walking into every room with presence. Start simple. Fix your sleep. Sleep is not laziness, it's repair. Eat foods that make you feel alive, not sluggish. Move daily, Walk, stretch, train. Protect your mental space by cutting noise, negativity, and endless scrolling. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. A 15-minute walk daily beats a gym plan you never start. Drinking more water beats a diet you quit after 2 days. Small changes stack into big strength over time. And health is not just physical. Protect your emotional and mental energy too. Don't let toxic people rent space in your mind. Don't flood your brain with content that drains you. Guard your mind like you guard your passwords. Because here's the truth. The stronger you feel in your body, the braver you feel in your soul. Energy gives you the courage to keep going when things get hard. And things will get hard. Your dream demands a strong version of you. Think of the people you admire. They don't just work hard. They take care of their foundation. They know they can't serve the world if they're always running on empty. You can't either. Your dream needs you healthy. So from today, see your health as part of your dream strategy. Write it into your plan. Treat your body like the most important business you'll ever run. Because it is. Without it, the rest collapses. Your dream is a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself. Fuel yourself. And when you cross that finish line, you'll be glad you didn't just save your dream. You saved yourself too. Every dreamer faces pain. Rejection, failure, betrayal, loss. It's part of the process. The question is not, will I face pain, but what will I do with it? You can let it break you, or you can let it build you into something stronger. Pain has 2 paths. One leads to bitterness. You stop trusting, stop trying, stop believing. The other leads to growth. You take the lesson, the strength, and the clarity, and use it as fuel. Which one you choose will decide your future. The truth is, some of your greatest growth will come from your hardest moments. That failure that embarrassed you, it taught you resilience. That betrayal, it showed you who deserves a seat at your table. That loss, it revealed what matters. Most people run from pain. They numb it with distraction, avoid it with busyness. But pain avoided is just pain delayed. It will catch you later, stronger. Facing it now, with honesty, is how you free yourself and keep chasing your dream. Your dream won't protect you from pain. In fact, chasing it may bring more challenges. But it also gives the pain purpose. You're not just suffering. You're shaping yourself into the kind of person who can hold the life you're building. Think of a seed. It must be buried in darkness before it grows. Pressure and struggle are not signs you're failing. They're signs you're transforming. Without them, your dream would stay small. With them, it becomes unshakable. When you feel broken, remember this. Gold is purified by fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Muscles grow by tearing and repairing. You are no different. Every challenge is a chance to become a stronger version of you. Use your pain as a compass. Let it point to what you care about most. If it hurts when someone doubts you, it's because you value belief. If it hurts to fail, it's because your dream matters deeply. That's not weakness, that's passion. And here's something powerful. When you rise from pain, you inspire others. Your story becomes someone else's survival guide. Your scars become maps for people who are lost. You give hope simply by refusing to give up. So next time life hits you hard, ask, what is this teaching me? How can I use this? Don't waste the struggle. Turn it into strength. Let it sharpen your vision, deepen your courage, and make you unstoppable. Pain is not the end of your dream. It's part of its birth. Let it hurt, but don't let it halt you. Cry if you must. Rest if you must. But then stand up. Pick up your dream. And walk forward. Carrying not just the vision, but the power too. Because one day, you'll look back and realize the pain didn't kill your dream. It made it worth fighting for. And you'll thank yourself for not letting it go when it hurt the most. Big dreams aren't built in big moments. They're built in small, repeated actions. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, your dream stays a wish. With it, your dream becomes inevitable. The problem is, most people treat their dream like a mood. They work on it when they feel like it. They quit when it's boring or hard. But success isn't about working when it's easy. It's about showing up on the days you don't want to. Think of brushing your teeth. You don't do it because it's exciting. You do it because it's necessary. That's how your dream should be. A non-negotiable part of your day, not an optional extra when life feels convenient. The key is to start small and stay steady. 15 minutes a day is better than 3 hours once a month. Tiny daily actions build momentum, and momentum is what makes hard things feel natural over time. Your brain loves patterns. If you train it to expect action daily, it will resist less. But if you act randomly, your brain will keep treating your dream like a hobby, not a priority. And hobbies are easy to drop when life gets busy. Some days, you'll feel unstoppable. Others, you'll feel slow and tired. But consistency means you act anyway. Maybe not at 100%, but at least at 1%. Because even 1% keeps the habit alive and the dream in motion. Remember, progress compounds. Missing one day isn't disaster. Missing 1 week can be. Because the longer you pause, the harder it is to start again. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. And here's the beauty. Once you've been consistent long enough, you stop asking, "Will I do it today?" It becomes automatic. You don't fight yourself anymore. You just do it, like breathing, like eating, like living. Track your streaks. Celebrate them. Not to brag, but to see proof that you can be disciplined. Every day you show up, you add a brick to the foundation of your dream. One day, you'll look back and see a castle where there was once empty land. Consistency also builds trust, not just with yourself, but with others. People start to take you seriously when they see you show up over and over. And your own belief grows each time you keep a promise to yourself. So ask yourself, what's my minimum action? The thing you can do every day, no matter what. Set it low enough to be possible, high enough to matter. Then protect it like your life depends on it, because your dream does. In the end, it's not the big moves that change your life. It's the small, daily ones. Show up, even tired, even scared, even slow. Because the person who keeps showing up will always outlast the one who only moves when it's easy. If you want to protect your dream, you must learn a skill that feels uncomfortable at first, saying no. Every yes you give to things that don't matter steals time, energy, and focus from the things that do. We say yes because we want to be liked. We don't want to disappoint. We think we can do it all. But the truth is, every yes has a cost. When you say yes to someone else's priority, you might be saying no to your own. Your dream needs your attention, not the leftovers after you've given your best hours to everyone else's plans. If you keep putting it last, it will slowly fade into someday, and someday never comes. Learning to say no is not selfish. It's self-respect. It's looking at your calendar and asking, does this bring me closer to my dream? If the answer is no, then it's a no, even if it's awkward, even if it surprises people. Some invitations are easy to decline. Others are harder. They come from people you care about. But here's the thing. If they truly value you, they'll respect your boundaries. And if they don't, that tells you something important. Saying no also means saying no to your own distractions. No to the extra hour of scrolling. No to staying up too late for no reason. No to habits that make you tired, unfocused, and unprepared for the work your dream requires. You don't have unlimited time. You don't have unlimited energy. Every hour you waste is an hour you can't get back. Guard your time like treasure, because it is. Your dream can't grow without it. At first, saying no will feel uncomfortable. You'll feel guilty. You'll doubt yourself. But over time, you'll realize that every no creates space for a bigger yes. The yes to your vision, your health, your growth. Look at the people you admire. They're not available for everything. They're focused. They say no often. That's why their yes means something. They're building something important, and they protect it fiercely. You don't need to explain your no. I can't is enough. I'm focusing on something important right now is enough. The people who matter will understand. And the ones who don't, they were never building with you anyway. Your dream is not just about what you say yes to. It's about what you refuse. Refuse to waste time. Refuse to shrink your priorities. Refuse to live on everyone else's schedule while your dream waits for its turn. Every no is a brick in the wall that protects your vision. Every yes you save is fuel for your fire. And the more you protect your dream, the more it will grow, until one day, it's strong enough to stand without apology. We've talked about fear, comfort, discipline, pain, and persistence. But now, I want you to imagine this. It's the last day of your life. You're looking back. Will you smile knowing you gave your dream a chance, or regret never trying? Life is short. Too short to wait for the perfect time. Too short to care about every opinion. Too short to hide the gift inside you because you're afraid to fail. Failure is not the enemy. Regret is. And regret weighs more than any loss. Your dream isn't random. It's a seed planted inside you for a reason. It's part of your story, your purpose, your contribution. If you don't bring it to life, the world will never know it existed. That's why you can't let it die. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be brave enough to begin. Every step you take matters, even the small ones, even the messy ones. Because movement is how dreams breathe. Stalling is how they fade. And remember, the world doesn't need another copy. It needs your voice, your perspective, your way of doing things. Your dream matters because you're the only one who can make it real. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for the perfect mood. Start right now, even if you're scared, even if you're unsure, even if you don't have it all figured out. You'll figure it out on the way. This isn't just about building a dream. It's about building a life you're proud of. A life where you can look back and say, I didn't waste it. A life where you took risks, followed your heart, and left something behind that matters. Your dream will test you. It will scare you. It will challenge you. But it will also shape you into someone stronger, braver, and more alive than you ever imagined. That's the real reward, who you become in the process. So this is your moment, your sign, your call to action. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop hiding. Pick up your dream and run with it like your life depends on it. Because in a way, it does. And when you feel fear, remember, it means you're alive. It means you care. It means you're on the right path. Lean into it. Use it. Let it push you instead of paralyze you. You have one life, one story, one chance to turn that dream into something real. Don't let it stay inside you. Don't die with your dream still in your heart. Live it. Share it. Give it to the world. If this message spoke to you, share it. Leave a comment. Hit like. Subscribe. Because this isn't just the end of a video. It's the beginning of your next chapter. And your dream is waiting.